Well, hello neighbors, John, your whiskey neighbor here. Today I've got a little bit of a puzzler, also a name that I'm sure you recognize if you have had any kind of Canadian whiskey. Today I'm going to look at Alberta Distillers, Alberta Premium Rye. Catch you after the break. All right, well, thanks for joining me for this review. I've got a lot of thoughts on this very simple bottle, and I hope I can share them quickly and in a way that you might find interesting, or that you resonate with, or that you completely disagree with, because any of those reactions are pretty good. So Alberta Premium, as I said in the intro, is a rye whiskey. They say it's 100% rye grain. So even though we sometimes look at it and it says Canadian rye, I wouldn't even know, but this is apparently 100% rye grain. It says it all on the top. It's from Alberta Distillers, which is a group that really knows rye. I mean, they are behind Masterson's. They are behind Whistle Pig before Whistle Pig really started their own growth in their farm, and they're doing some pretty cool stuff. But they were at the beginning there, Whistle Pig. They're just behind a lot of excellent rye, American rye, Canadian rye. They know it. So, and another thing, when you look up or you just get into Canadian whiskey and you see Jim Murray, 2006, Jim Murray, okay, obviously writes a whiskey Bible, a person who has a palate that is insanely better than mine. In 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, he put this as the best whiskey in Canada. This bottle. And this bottle cost me $17. You go on their website, they don't have an age statement on here, but on their website, they say it's 5 years. That it's a mix of two whiskeys, two rye whiskeys. One of them is been aged in bourbon, ex-bourbon barrels. Doesn't say what the other one is. And it says that it's 5 years old. So with a pedigree like that from Jim Murray. Oh, and last year, 2017, Jim Murray gave this 95.5 points. So actually, it was that last part, that 95.5 points, that had me look for this classic, what is this, 60s decanter look, 70s maybe, but it's a very recognizable bottle. It's got the awesome screw top lid going on. As I said, this set me back $17. So when I went out and bought this, because it's been forever since I've had it, I was like really excited. 95.5 points from Jim Murray, all this stuff, knowing its pedigree. I thought, wow, I can't believe I haven't bought this, and why I don't just drink this and just stop, right? So let me give you my thoughts on Alberta Premium. Nice nose. It's only 40%. I'm sure it's filtered, chill filtered, and lightly colored. But, it's a pleasant nose. You've got just a little bit of floral in there, but just not much. You'd want more in a rye. But it's nice. Vanilla. And, there I got a little bit of solvent, a little bit of alcohol, but a solventy alcohol glue. But I didn't get it right away. And it's not overpowering, but a little bit of that, marker, solvent, glue, that kind of thing. And there it is again. All right, so at first, nose gentle, approachable, actually a little bit floral. I'm thinking this is going to be good. Sticking it a bit longer. To me, it does go towards a kind of a young or bit of marker, bit of solvent. Let's see how it tastes. I just said the nose was young, but the palate really is quite smooth. It's quite coating. It's quite, I won't say buttery, but but they've clearly blended and aged this in a way that makes it a quite an easy drinking rye. So here I get a little bit of pepper, just a bit of white pepper, but I get caramels and toffees. Interesting. It is like sweet with a honey cereal, not fruity. So I like rye. I drink a fair amount. To me, this actually falls down as a rye. I can't even begin to fathom what's going on in Jim Murray's mind with that kind of mark. However, for $17, it's quite a smooth, relatively easy drinking, certainly an easy drinking rye. Ryes can often be peppery and people can react to them. This has a little bit of rye spice, but just a little bit. But it's coating, smooth, very easy drinking. Finish is clean, dry, which you like in a rye. It's hard to fault it as a whiskey, but for me, when I'm going after a rye, especially a rye with great marks, I'm looking to pick it up and go, oh yeah, like what's coming next? Oh, where's that? Oh, that fruit. What kind of fruit is that? And oh, the floral and like it just, rye is so pungent of a grain, it seems, that I'm let down with this. First of all, I do actually get some marker, glue, solvent, something in the nose, and I don't like that. But it is gentle enough that I could totally forgive it, and certainly if you're just having a sip, you probably wouldn't be overwhelmed by it. But when I get in the palate, this is just amazingly average. What? How can it get those marks? And its pedigree is amazing. But I find it sweet character more than spicy character, which I want in a rye. And I'm getting very little fruit, almost none. And I usually get quite a good kind of a red fruit from a lot of rye. So I don't know what to say. For $17, if you're just looking for a smooth whiskey and you really don't know what to buy, well, you can't go wrong. I mean, that's 17 Canadian. That's got to be like $10 for sure, American, less. I mean, this is really inexpensive stuff. And it has hints of the things that you want in a rye. It has hints of floral, it has hints of spice, it has, hints of cinnamons and baking spices, but they've really been reined in. They haven't been let free. It would not be my go-to rye, and I'm not even sure, like, you could mix it in the sense that if you don't like whiskey and you want to throw it in Coke, it would work quite well. It would bring up the alcohol and it would fade into the sugars quite nicely. But if you're someone building a cocktail that wants to highlight that rye spice, I don't even think I'd mix it. So I'm confused. For it to have such a pedigree of Canadian Whiskey of the Year 4 years running, and even last year still 95.5 points, it's almost like, Jim Murray can taste circles around me. He can get stuff in whiskeys I can't. But are they giving him a different bottle? Is he getting a sample? Because I know these guys can make that kind of rye. They can. I really loved last year's Mastersons. That aged in American oak. I loved it. Loved every drop of it. It was big. It was bold. It was flavorful. It was these guys. So I know they can do it. Which leaves me to wonder, I don't blame them for putting this out. But I wish they could put out a 10-year product that was killer. They make a 10-year product, Alberta Springs, and please avoid it. This one's okay. This one's like, you can drink this, and for $17, why not? Try it out. But the Springs, their 10-year one is awful. Sorry, I don't even know if I've used those words before, but it's just really, don't buy that one. And I have not had. I know they put out a 25-year, I know they put out a 35-year, and I know they sold it for nothing. And it's like, if they came out tomorrow with that, even without tasting it, I'd probably buy a crate. I know these guys can do it. But this product, it's gentle, smooth, it's got hints of greatness, none of it carries through. It's mostly unremarkable. This is a solid 3-star whiskey. For the price, you know, I'd like to bump it up more just because it's just so affordable. But in the end, it's just an uninspiring rye. Sorry, guys. Disagree with me, agree with me, but react to me would be great. I love the conversations, you guys. It's John, your whiskey neighbor. Thanks for tuning in. You can see I did a Canadian last week. I did this one. I've got another couple of Canadians I'm going to go through, which I probably brought into the lineup too soon because I should have been Canadian up to July 1st, right? But I'll probably drop back into some bourbons and then come back with some Canadians just right around July 1st for Celebrate Our Confederation. Anyways, thanks again. John, you guys enjoy your drink. Let me know what you think. I didn't mean to rhyme. Take care.